Good morning, everybody. It is Tylerage, the warrior, and I'm here to bring you my wonderful, awesome, super cool, freaking sweet, badass Gladiator DPS guide, walkthrough, all that good stuff. So, for those of you who have seen my Fury Warrior 6.0.2/6.0.3 guide, you're very familiar with how I do my guides. Hopefully, if you subscribe, that means that you like the videos and you enjoy how I do them. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Okay. So, excuse me. So, with Gladiator Warrior DPS, Blizzard has always said, and the community has always said, that they would love a warrior spec that does damage and uses the sword and the weapon, like, the shield and the weapon as ways of doing big damage to their opponents. So Blizzard finally listened, they finally did it, and here it is. Now, before you arms and Fury Warriors go looking for this talent, you guys do not have it. This talent is specific to protection warriors only. So let's take a look at it. This talent is Gladiator's Resolve. What Gladiator's Resolve does is it increases your physical damage dealt by 20% and replaces your shield block with an ability called Shield Charge. So let's take a look at Shield Charge. Shield Charge. What Shield Charge does is it raises your shield. You do a short little charge. The charge itself isn't very important. What's important is what follows. It increases the damage of your Shield Slam, your Revenge, and your Heroic Strike by 25% for 7 seconds. Pretty cool, right? I think that's pretty sweet. Yeah. Alright. So, that means that Shield Slam, 25% damage increase. Revenge, 25% damage increase. Heroic Strike, 25%. These are your 3 main abilities. I mean, if it was on Devastate too, then it would be the most ridiculous talent ever. But Heroic, so it's on your 2 hardest hitting abilities and your Rage Dump. Pretty great talent, right? So let's go over the talents that I use when DPSing as Gladiator. Alright, so we've got Double Time. This one, you can do whichever talent you want, really. It just, whatever fits your play style. I like Double Time because I like to sometimes be able to do a double charge if I need to. It's really great for fights with heavy movement, or a lot of ad switching. And Rage Regeneration, I think this is the best one for dungeons and raiding, because 10% immediate heal, plus an additional 20% over 5 seconds. So over 5 seconds, it's a 30% heal. Heavy Repercussions. This one, I believe, is the absolute best talent for Gladiator DPS. It increases your shield slam damage by an additional 30% while shield charge is active, or shield block if you're protection. That means that while shield charge is active, you're doing 55% additional damage with your shield slam. So, I mean, maybe that's just me, but to me, that makes the most sense. For this one, your 2 options are really going to be Dragon Roar and Shockwave. Excuse me, I need to... had like a tickle in my throat for the past couple days. So your 2 options as far as viability goes are going to be Dragon Roar and Shockwave. There's nothing else that really works that well. Like Stormbolt is pretty bad right now because your weapon isn't doing that much damage as a Gladiator. You don't have that high of weapon damage. Currently I have Shockwave chosen because I use it for fights with ads. Definitely fights with ads, so that's a big stun. Plus the fact that if it hits 3 targets, it halves the cooldown. So I really like to use that for fights with a lot of ads or just while we're doing trash. For a boss though, definitely use Dragon Roar. For 75 talent, right now I have Vigilance up. I think it's the most useful in dungeons. Whenever the tank's about to take big damage or the healer is falling behind, you can just Vigilance the tank, reduces their damage by 30% for 12 seconds. As far as your 90 talent goes, right now I like to use Avatar. I think that Avatar is the best for Gladiator because naturally you're rather bursty. It really gives you a nice window. It's a 24-second window, so it'll last the whole beginning of the fight while if you're a troll, your berserking's up. If you're a Auric, your Blood Fury's up, and it'll last during your 2 opening shield charges as well, or during your Dragon Roar. So I think that that's the best one because it really melds well with your opening burst. And then obviously, if you want to do Gladiator, your level 100 talent has to be Gladiator's Resolve. So let's get into the stats now. For Gladiator right now, I'm finding crit to be definitely the most useful stat. So as we can see here, I have 12.63% crit. I know you're thinking, God, that's not a lot of crit, but you know, it's the beginning of the expansion, so our secondary stats are really low right now. Plus, I'm in a lot of heroic gear, as far as dungeon heroic gear, only 637 eye level. So what I've done is I've got my rings enchanted for crit, I've got my cloak enchanted for crit, and I've got my neck enchanted for crit. Those are the only things that are available to be enchanted right now. You can't, as far as like stats. For my weapon, I am doing Mark of the Shattered Hand. What Mark of the Shattered Hand does is it has a chance to put a bleed on the target. I just find that to be definitely the most useful. And then everywhere that I have gem slots, as you can see, I have crit as well. Now, gem slots aren't on everything anymore. Gem slots are I guess a tertiary stat now, kind of. It's just a bonus, so it's possible that you'll get a gem slot. So, as you can see, weapon, shield, ring, wrists, shoulders, all given a crit gem because crit is the most important stat. After that, it's, you know, you could really argue anything. Mastery will give you more attack power. Bonus armor gives you some more attack power. Multi-strike is okay. Versatility increases your overall damage. But, you know, really, as long as you are focusing on crit, you'll be okay. Alright, so that's my basic opening guide for Gladiator DPS. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring y'all into a dungeon, and we will go from there. I'll give you more commentary once we get into the dungeon based on, and that'll just show my, and I'll do it on the boss, obviously. Actually, I can do the starting trash too. So once we get to the boss, I will show you guys, you know, your openers, your rotation, all that good stuff. So let's get right to it, huh? Hello, everybody. So here we go. As I said, this is me doing a little walkthrough of the DPS rotation, just to give you an idea of what it's like to DPS as a Gladiator warrior. So we're on the last boss of, what dungeon is this? Skyreach. Last boss of Skyreach. So, as you see, I opened up with all my cooldowns, my avatar, and my berserking. And now there's not really a rotation per se for Gladiator. However, oh man, nobody else is switching to this. So yeah, like I said, there is no rotation exactly. What it is you're just using your cooldowns or your main abilities once they come off cooldown. So, you know, once Shield Slam comes off cooldown, use that. Once Revenge comes off cooldown, use that. So, I mean, it's not too horribly difficult to get it down. I need to bring that out. And as you can see, you know, as far as the mobility and everything goes, you still have a lot of that great Prot Warrior mobility, well, really any warrior mobility, but you have great Prot Warrior defensive. Like, you know, if I need to, I still have Last Stand, I still have, I still have Shield Wall, Shield Barrier, Shield Block, all those great mitigation abilities. Uh-oh. Well, he just ran that right into the boss. But yeah, what most people were worried about when Gladiator Stance was announced is that it would just be one of those, you know, niche DPS things, not really any good. But as you can see by the meters, oh nice, I needed that trinket. As you can see by the meters, I mean my DPS, it's the top of the group. So that's it. That gives you an idea of what it's like to DPS as a Gladiator warrior. No real rotation, just using your main abilities as soon as they come off cooldown, making sure that your shield charge is up as often as possible, and trying to line up cooldowns as well as you can. So, thank you guys very much for tuning into the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful for all of you guys who are planning on playing a Gladiator warrior in this expansion. So I really do hope that it helped you out a lot. And again, thank you so much for coming by and checking out the video, guys. Have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If there are any videos that you want me to make, pertaining anything in Warlords, please leave that in the comments as well. I will definitely get to work on them if it's something that I think I can do. Also, subscribe to my YouTube if you enjoy my videos. If you want to see more of me, if you want to know exactly when I put up a video, definitely subscribe. Also, check out my live stream. It's twitch.tv/Tylerage. I'm going to be streaming a lot more often with all the new content coming out. I do helpful streams where I give tips, answer questions, all that cool stuff. So again, thank you so much, guys, and I hope you have a great rest of the day and enjoy your holiday weekend if that's when you're watching it. Thanks again.